Hello and welcome once again to our Advent calendar of Greek expressions. And today we have one more that is untranslatable officially. And I'm sorry that we have so many untranslatable ones, but actually it's good for you, right? Because you learn words that are really typically Greek that you could not express in any other language. And today's entry is just like that, Romiosini. Romiosini means superficially being Greek, Greekness. But it's much more than just a place of origin that is named there. And I guess every language or every nation has something similar when you're talking about Britishness. This goes with a whole bag of attributes that make somebody properly British, the stiff upper lip and whatever particular kind of humor, right, that these people have. And so it's the same with Romiosini Greekness, only the Greekness is, of course, influenced by the long history of suffering, including 400 years of Ottoman occupation, of past greatness, of the struggle of an occupied Christian population against their Islamic occupier. So there is a Christian element in this. So it is a very profound and historically charged word that encapsulates the identity of the modern Greek. The term originates from Romios. Romios means Roman, which is how Greeks identified themselves during the Byzantine Empire. Because this was called the Eastern Roman Empire, so they were technically Romans, and crucially through the centuries of Ottoman rule, because then this emphasized the difference to the Turkish occupiers if they called themselves Romans, and thus emphasized their closeness to the West. It is different from Hellenism because Hellenism invokes the Hellenic culture, Hellenic past, which is understood to be the ancient Greek past. And this is the pagan past of classical Greece and the 12 gods of the Olymp and so on, the Olympic Games. But when you talk about Romiosini, you are speaking about the spirit of survival, of resilience, of struggle, and the unshakable bond with the Orthodox Christian faith, a deep-seated stubbornness, a passionate heart, and a sense of collective identity shaped by centuries of foreign occupation and a fierce fight for freedom. Romiosini is the soul of the survivor, the spirit you feel in folk songs and in the unwavering pride of the Greek people. The word today is best known as the title of Yanis Ritsos' long poem, put to music by Mikis Theodorakis. This is a long and beautiful musical work that perfectly captures this feeling of Greekness, and perhaps we should discuss it on this channel at some point in the future. Here's how to use that word. I was in a small mountain village in Crete, listening to two old men play the lyra and the lauto. These are two musical instruments, traditional musical instruments. They were not performing for anyone, just playing for themselves. The music was ancient, full of sorrow and defiance. In their weathered faces and their haunting melody, I did not just see two musicians. I felt the presence of centuries, and I thought to myself, this is Romiosini. It's not something you can learn from a book, it is something that you have to feel in your bones. More examples of the usage of this word. I Romiosini, ine gemati is filled with pathos ke antiphasis. The Greek spirit, the Romiosini, is filled with passion, pathos, and contradictions. Antiphasis is the contradiction. Or ο αγώνας του 1821, the struggle of 1821. Αγώνας is the struggle, is also the sports event. Ήταν η υπέρτατη έκφραση, was the υπέρτατη, highest. Hyper, means high, means big, means best. Υπέρτατη, the highest. Έκφραση, expression. Της Romiosinis, of Romiosini, of the spirit of Romiosini. So that's it for today. This was our 12th day in our Advent calendar series on expressions in Greek. And if you want to see all of them, there's a playlist on this channel. There is also my Substack, holidaygreek.substack.com, where you can find all these texts together with vocabulary lists and grammar points and learn even more. Thank you, and see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.